In the event that you want to create a map tour effect, but instead of just having the scrolling, you can create a tour path or maybe a little bit more free-form click interaction with the tour. We can actually do this with a different tool in StoryMaps. And so I'm going to create a new map using the sidecar option. I'm going to pick the docked format for now. And it's going to give us a blank panel that we can work with. So when I click on add and I'm going to choose map, instead of picking a map that's already been created, we're going to select the option for new express map. And this is going to give us a blank map to work with. I'm going to change this to a much more aesthetically pleasing base map to start out with. I'll use the image hybrid. And I'm going to zoom into that same area. So here's our St. Olaf College, and then Carleton College is right over here. So let's say we want to add a point on St. Olaf and then a point on Carleton and add a traveling path between those. What we'll do is click on point number 1. We can actually use just the regular markers, but I'm going to add the numbered markers for now. So there's our number 1. I might actually change this to be orange color or a bright blue so it stands out a little bit more. And then I'm going to click done. So there's our first point right there. And then I'm going to click on Carleton to add the second point and then use the same color to design that point. So there's our first 2 markers that we have. Now if we want to add a path between those markers, I'm going to click on this option for line. You can also use the arrows, but I'm going to use the line option so I can show you how to snap the line to the point. If we scroll in a little bit more, we can actually draw a line between the points and just double click to end the drawing. And we'll give it that same color so we can see it a little bit better. And if you click on the point, you'll notice that it highlights at the very end. I'll scroll in a little bit closer, and we want to snap it onto that point so we don't have this distance between the line and the point. So I'm going to click and drag that till it snaps, and then I'm going to do that to the other end as well. And then if I zoom out, we have our first travel path. So I'll click done and zoom in to a view that I like, and I'm going to place the map. So here's kind of our first option. Now if we want to replicate that tour feel to it, where a user can just on their own click on the point or click somewhere in the project to zoom in and then zoom back out, we can use that with map actions. So in our panel content, I'm going to add some text for St. Olaf College, which is our point 1, and then Carleton, which is point 2. And I want to give the users the ability to zoom in on their own time, and then it also just makes it a little bit easier to navigate through the project when it doesn't require as much animation. So this can actually help with that as well. So I'll select the whole text for St. Olaf College, and there's a little button here called Map Action. And we can just zoom in and focus on the view that we like. So here's the St. Olaf campus, and then Save Action. So it'll zoom in at first to kind of show you what it looks like, and then if you click on the button again, it zooms back out. We'll do the same thing for Carleton. Click on Map Action, and then zoom in, and then click Save Action, and then click one more time. So now you can create your own tour with the map actions and then connect them with a traveling path.